Hello and welcome back to our sustainable journey. I'm Steve. So I got my wish. We got some frozen ground. It's a little bit less muddy than last year, so let's make a worm bin or two. So here's the compost that we are going to feed to the worms. And while we're over here, before I make the bins, let me step out of this. Let me show you some of our inputs. Obviously we have the food scraps, so we just dumped some buckets there and bins. So that's about a day's worth. And then we add in some cardboard and we mix it all up. But then we also have other inputs, because cardboard's great, paper's great, but other stuff is even better. So, see this giant pile? It's about as tall as I am. This is a big old pile of wood chips. So we got these for free from a local tree cutting company. I don't know, this is probably 20 feet. I don't know how many yards this is, but this will get mixed into the compost. So that's input number 2. So we got the food scraps. Well, I guess it's input number 3, right? Food scraps, cardboard and paper, and wood chips, or another brown. And then the other one is on the other side of the farm, so I'll drive over there and I'll show you that in a second. All right, so we had food scraps, cardboard and paper, wood chips, and cow manure mixed with hay and a little bit of straw. So this pile goes back through here. It's a big old pile of poop, and actually I'm standing on more. Our property used to be an alpaca farm, and this is where they kept the alpaca poop. This was just the edge of the woods, and so we decided to maintain that because our cows are right there. And so it was easier to bring it over here than it is. So I talk about this a few times. The state of Illinois is not flat. The state of Illinois is a hill, right? So you're thinking we're at the bottom of a hill, and that is the top of the hill. So it's easier to bring the cow poop from there to over there than it is to bring it up that hill when you're cleaning out the pasture here, because otherwise it would take me forever to bring it up the hill over to the compost pile. So we just dump it over here, and then at a later date I can put it into a trailer or something and haul it all over there at once, or wait till it breaks down a little bit and then bring it over. So, hi Gypsy, how are you? You all right? You excited to see your daughter this weekend? Yeah, we're gonna get Ruby back. We're picking her up on Saturday. She is off with a bull getting bred along with Onyx, so I'm gonna grab them on Saturday. You can see the pigs are gone. They went to freezer camp, so we will have them back in. We dropped them off on Monday, so it'll probably be next Wednesday. That's usually about how long it takes to cure the hams and the bacon and whatnot. So we'll see how much meat we get from them. We'll probably talk about that next time, because there was an incident But I'll fill you in on that next time, so stick around. All right, so let's head back to the tractor and make ourselves some worm bins. Okay, so now that we've enjoyed, it's not quite as frozen as I thought. Now that we've enjoyed the different inputs, let's fill up these bins with a couple of scoops of compost. Do one more scoop. See what that looks like. Oh, that is more than enough. So now we'll add a few scoops of worms, and then we'll continue feeding them this compost. See, even the rest of this doesn't look bad at all. Right? I mean, we could probably sift this out and call it good, but I like the worm castings. They finish it off really well. So we'll pop a scoop of worms in there. We'll cover them up. And that's all we need to do. And they will chomp this stuff down. And we have bees flying today. You should really be inside, saving your energy. So we fill up these tubs over time. Once the worms get through, we put a little bit less than a full scoop like we do when we start a bin. When the worms are in there, we'll probably do like half of what we just did, and that will allow the worms plenty of space, and it won't crush them under a big old pile of compost. And they will eat it down. We'll continually watch it, see what it looks like, and then when it looks really good, then we'll add another layer, and we'll just keep going as the worms work their way up. And then when they're done, we'll bait them out, put them into a new bin, and we'll sift out that old bin. So I can show you, I'll show you one of the sifting bins that are ready for sifting if the weather holds. I don't usually sift in the winter. We let the worms go dormant, but it's been nice for some reason, or nice enough that the worms are not all tucked in. So we may actually get some sifting done. We'll see. I don't know what the weather's supposed to be this next week. It's probably going to be freezing again, so I won't be able to show you sifting till spring, but we'll try. We'll see. Hi, boys.